Hi guys, and welcome back to my green paintbrush. I want to thank you guys because last week when I launched the first green paintbrush, I didn't think I would get so much feedback, and I'm so grateful that you guys were so awesome writing me and telling me what you want to know and whether you like it. And I had actually filmed 10, and of course I got to edit them and everything. But there was such a good response that I wanted to, one, say thank you, and I'm still answering your emails, so please don't think I forgot about you. It's just been a really crazy week. So I wanted to actually fit one in before the other green brushes premiere because one of the heaviest topics is marketing. So I want to go over that, and I have enough material to probably cover 10 green brushes. But I want to take it little by little because I want to give you guys time to follow the steps that I'm trying to build up for you in these segments. So hopefully, this is a week later, you guys have made a list for me. I want to know about your goals. I want to know how your week went, if you were able to dedicate an hour a day and what you were able to get done. Send me an email, share that information with me. It keeps me motivated. So we have a lot to cover today. Raise your hand if you feel like you know me and that we're friends. Well, I hope all of you raise your hand because we are friends. That's also part of my bigger marketing plan. We're friends. So being that we're friends, this next thing that I'm going to do, I don't want you to hold it against me, and I really don't want you guys to make fun of me for it, but I figure if I do it, maybe it'll get you in the marketing mode too. What I want you guys to start with is your soundtrack. So last week was about dedicating an hour and setting goals so that you know what you're working towards. This week is going to be about getting in the marketing mind frame. How do you do that? Well, the first thing that I like to do is kind of pick my soundtrack. And picking my soundtrack means finding 2, 3, 4 songs that just get you like pumped. Because music kind of excites people just like art does, and it wakes you up. So I'm going to show you guys how I start off my day in the morning. And yes, my staff looks at me like I'm insane, but that's okay because this is what works for me. It used to be so easy, you and me. I could be the one. Okay, now that I have thoroughly embarrassed myself, I really want you to raise your hand and say, I'm definitely her friend. So now that I'm in my marketing frame of mind, what is marketing? Many of you say, I'm not a salesman. That's the problem with my business, is that I don't like to cold call. I don't like to sell. I'm just not a salesperson. I'm here to tell you that's okay. I studied finance in business school because I didn't want to have to be a salesman. No matter what industry you're in, you need to sell yourself. You need to sell yourself by doing a good job of presenting yourself. And that's what marketing is. Marketing to me is creating friendships, is getting to know people, is putting to use something in the marketing and business world that we call the 4 Ps. The 4 Ps are product, price, place, and promotion. So when you think about those 4 Ps, your real goal with trying to effectively market is how you can collect information that you can use about those 4 Ps to help benefit your business. Now, there's a lot of marketing that you can pay for, and that involves Google AdWords and doing promoted posts on Facebook, and we'll talk about that in our next segment. Today's segment is really about some of the marketing tools that you can put into play that are free, totally free to you, because they start with you in your mouth. Try to create a friendship that helps you segue into more business. Let me explain. So there is a restaurant that I frequent very much here. And every time I'm there, I make it a point to speak to the manager. I like him to see my face. I like to say hi to him. I like to ask how his kids are doing. And the reason that I do this is twofold. One, I love the place, and I think it's important to support small businesses because we're a small business. But two, because I like him to know my face and get used to seeing me. So I didn't want to just walk in one day and say to him, hey, you know what, it would be a great idea if I do your kids' night and we could work together. I didn't want to do that. When I'm seeking out potential business, I try to support the business before I go in and ask for business. This is a very important concept. So I've been eating there for 2 months. So then I said to myself, okay, I'm going to paint a little something on my face and then go into the restaurant so that I can get people to ask about it, because it's a little bit weird to just walk up to someone and say, hey, do you need a face painter at your next party? Or, hey, do you like henna or airbrush tattoos? It's better when they see it, because then they're asking you, they're engaging you in conversation that's going to allow you the opportunity to talk about yourself and your business without getting on people's nerves. So one day I decided, I think it was right around Halloween, I painted Leah's face, I think like a vampire. I painted a little pirate on my son, and I painted something pretty by my eyes, and I took him out to dinner there. And he said to me, oh, that is so cool. What do you do for a living? Like, where did you get that? And I told him, I said, oh, I did it. You know, she's always my model. I make YouTubes. I have a store. It's right around the corner. You should stop by one day. The next week I went back, and this was maybe 2 weeks before Halloween, and he said to me, oh my God, the last time I saw you, I had the coolest idea that we could have a Halloween party here, and you can paint my staff, and then you can paint, and let's see how that goes, because maybe, you know, if people like you, we can have, talk about doing business together. So I'm thinking, yes. So these are marketing tools that I want you guys to start getting spinning in your head. Think about how you can create relationships. Relationship building is free. Here's another example of some free marketing and relationship building. I live by the words, the service after the sale is just as important as the sale itself. It's almost more important, because if you're a friend, naturally you care about the outcome. You care about your friends. You want to make sure that they're happy. The same rules should be applied in business. You shouldn't do a job and then see you later. I had the pleasure of doing a henna job last week, and South Florida is super hot, like sweating balls hot. Sorry my language, guys. But it's so hot. So I get to the job, and she said, okay, you're going to be at this table. And it was in direct sunlight. So I explained to her nicely, you know, I apologize, but it's uncomfortable for both the artist and for the person who I'm going to do henna on to sit in the direct 90-degree sunlight. And she got really agitated with me. She was like, oh, fine, I don't have time to deal with this. So I did my job, and people were really happy with the henna, thank God. And so then after the event, I left. But I made a very important decision that day. Instead of saying, you know what, to hell with her, she was just a jerk to me anyway, she wasn't nice, I decided to write her a thank you letter. So I got on my email immediately, and I sent a note that night that said, thank you so much for this opportunity to work with you and for your event. I got an email a day and a half later from her saying, I am so sorry. Planning events is so stressful. I did not mean to take it out on you. Thank you so much. There was great reviews about your henna. I really look forward to working with you in the future. That is the service after the sale. So I created a spreadsheet on how I create some marketing with the service after the sale. I'm going to post it on my FABA blog so you guys can download it for free. Basically, I created an Excel spreadsheet, and on my Excel spreadsheet I have it listed by month, and I list all of my gigs, and I write notes about them, and then I make an X when I email the customer after the job. And usually if my jobs are on the weekend, then I wait till Monday, I get them all out of the way, and I write them a little nice note that just says, thank you for having me at your event. It was awesome to be there. If you ever need any of my services, please keep in touch. I keep a log of my jobs. I write notes. I remind myself. And this gives me a way to go back to it for the next year and plan and market ahead of time. Because if I did a job in January and just say it was Sophia's 4th birthday and I did face painting, and so I make myself all these notes. Starting in December, I look at my notes from my parties in January and I say, okay, Sophia's 5th birthday is coming up. Face painting was too hot at that party. Let me write the mom a note saying, you know what, I know Sophia's 5th birthday party is coming up. I have some really cool ideas like glitter tattoos or like airbrush tattoos. Or so if you're interested in hearing some of them, give me a call. I'd love to celebrate with Sophia again. This is free. The only thing that it takes is a dedication of your time. So if you have that hour, that's what you need to spend Mondays on that hour, is making your list of your gigs, writing detailed notes. I can't remember what I ate for breakfast this morning, and it's only 10 a.m. So imagine, how am I going to remember what I did in January of last year? Writing yourself notes to send nice emails is relationship building. It's marketing at its finest, and it's free. So my goal today is to kind of get you in that marketing frame of mind mode. So let's recap together. One, I want you guys to start off your day getting yourself pumped and create that soundtrack. That soundtrack is going to help you stay focused on your goals, on the bigger picture, on business, and get you in a good mood. The second thing is, I want you guys to start thinking about how you can use your mouth and the tools that you already to get to know people, because marketing is relationship building. It is getting to know your customers, getting to know those 4 P's. Remember what they are: product, price, place, and promotion. So I explained to you guys about going to the restaurant and how he wanted me to build up a family night, which was awesome. So I encourage you guys to once a week paint something on your face, even if it's a little something different. Paint your child and go to the grocery store. This is where you're meeting massive amounts of people at one time. Go to the mall with your face painted. Yeah, you're going to get a few stares, but you're also going to get people asking you questions like, who did that? Oh my God, that face painting is awesome. Oh, that's so cool. It plants a seed for them and an invitation to come and meet you. But my next 3 in a row green brushes are about marketing, because I can't stress that enough. I want you guys to get more business. I want you guys to have flourishing businesses where you're happy making money, empowering others, hiring more people to do parties. Because think about it, our industry is so rare. We are hired to make people happy. We are hired to bring life to events. So I want to see you guys continue that cycle. The last part is I'm going to include some blogs for you guys to follow. They're free. There is a blog called Make 'em Bag, and I love these girls. They're all about women and empowerment and entrepreneurship, and especially marketing. The name of their company is Make Them Bag. So I'm going to send you a link for that. I'll put it at the end of this video. Another one is the Ace of Sales, Jeffrey Gitomer. This guy is like my go-to guy. He is like my inspiration behind a lot of my business and marketing and ideas. So I'm going to have you guys check him out too. He has a free newsletter. He has webcasts. Awesome guy, Jeffrey Gitomer. So thank you guys again for joining. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Keep in touch. Send me those emails, and I will see you in 1 week. All right.